Hello, I am Professor Kalpesh Patel, Electrical Engineering Department from the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is Power Electronics 1 and the subject code is of the BE 3rd year 5th sem and the subject code is 3140915. Our second chapter name is DC to DC converters, switching voltage regulators. So this is the flow of contents. In previous lecture, we completed the topic isolated converters, forward converters. So in this lecture, we will conduct the 5 flyback converters. So basic specification of the flyback converters is output voltage is low. That means the flyback converter are used for the low voltage applications. The output power vary from few watts to less than 100 watts. That means its power rating is below the 100 watts, whereas in forward converter it is above the 100 watts. Input is unregulated from the utility AC voltage. Unregulated, that means it is contain the ripples, not pure DC. Also its magnitude is vary and it is taken from the utility AC voltage. Utility AC voltage, that means the power available at our GB. So these AC voltage are converted by means of the rectifier to get the DC voltage. The flyback converter is capable to produce the single or multiple outputs. That means in our computer SMPS there are many types of voltage are required. Some are the 3.3 volts, some component need 5 volts and some component need 12 volts. So these flyback converter are used to maintain the different kind of the output voltage and the wide range of the input voltage supply. That means input voltage of the flyback converter has the wide range input voltage. That means our charger work on the 110 volt AC volt to the 230 volts AC voltage. Within this range, the our charger maintain the constant 5 volt supply. So the flyback converter has the wide range of the input voltage. So the basic topology of the flyback converter: input to the circuit may be unregulated DC voltage derived from the utility AC supply after rectification and some filtering. So if we convert the AC supply with the help of the bridge rectifier, the output voltage contain the ripples. These ripples are reduced by the some filtering capacitors. The ripple in DC voltage waveform is generally of the low frequency. Low frequency, that means our utility AC supply has the frequency of 50 Hz, which is known as the low frequency, and overall ripple voltage waveform repeats at the twice at the AC supply frequency. That means if we rectified this 50 Hz frequency with the help of the bridge rectifier, so the uh, output voltage of the rectifier contains the twice the input frequency. That means it contains the 100 Hz frequency. Since the SMPM circuit is operated at much higher frequency, the input voltage, in spite of being unregulated, may be considered to have the constant magnitude during any high frequency cycles. The range of the SMPS or high frequency is in the range of 100 kHz, which is very high compared to the 50 Hz AC supply. A fast switching device is like a MOSFET is used with the fast dynamic control over switch duty ratio to maintain the desired output voltage. So duty ratio are used to maintain the desired output voltage by changing the on time and off time of the switching device. The transformer is used for voltage isolation as well as the better matching between the input and output voltage and current requirements. So that, as we all know, that the transformer provide isolation. That means the two windings of the transformer are not connected electrically. It is connected magnetically. So there is no physical connection between the primary winding and secondary winding. It is magnetically coupled. So it provides isolation between the primary winding and secondary winding. Primary and secondary winding of the transformer are would to have good coupling so that they are linked by nearly some magnetic flux. So primary and secondary windings both are wound nearly each other, so there is less magnetic leakage. So flyback converter, this is the basic block diagram of the flyback converters. So the flyback converter, this is the high frequency transformers which has the primary winding, this is the secondary winding. Number of primary turn is N1, number of secondary turn is N2, and the primary winding is connected in series with the semiconductor device switch like a MOSFET with the input voltage. So the when switch is turned on, these two terminals are short circuited and primary current starts to flow, and the secondary winding is connected with in this manner. One diode which is used to rectify it, one capacitor which is used to filter out the ripple, and load is connected across the capacitors. Now we get at output side V0 voltage. Now the principle of operations. Mode 1, when switch on. That means if we turn on this switch, current is flow from input DC voltage to the primary voltage and switch to the supply. Here indicated that it is battery, but it is taken from the AC means by rectifying. So when if we connect when switch is turned on, the fully voltage input EDC appear across the primary winding with upper plate positive. This dot indicate that when this polarity of the primary winding is plus, then in secondary winding this polarity become plus. So in these conditions the diode is in reverse bias conditions, so no current will be flow from the secondary windings, but still the power is delivered to the load from the capacitor which is store the energy in previous mode, that means mode 2. So this is the equivalent circuit of the mode 1. The primary winding is connected with the DC supply when switch is turned on, so the primary voltage is EDC and the secondary voltage is EDC into N2 by N1, where N2 is secondary turns, N1 is primary turns. But this diode is in reverse bias condition, so no current will be flow from the secondary winding, but its output is loaded by the capacitor voltage. So the under mode 1 the input supply voltage appear across the primary windings. So the as we all know, the voltage of the inductor is given by L di by dt. So EDC is voltage across the primary inductance, and L primary is the primary winding inductance, and di by dt, that means di primary by dt, where EDC is input voltage, L primary is the inductance of the primary winding, and I primary is the instantaneous current flowing through the primary windings. At the end of the switch conduction, that means at the end of the mode 1, the energy stored in the magnetic field of the flyback transformer is equal to the 1/2 Li square. That means 1/2 L is IL primary, I square is I primary current. So IP where denotes that the magnitude of the primary current at the end of the conduction period. Even though the secondary winding does not conduct during this mode, the load connected to the output capacitor gets uninterrupted current due to the previously stored charge on the capacitors. That means during mode 1 the energy is supplied by the capacitors. So during mode 1 assume that large capacitor, that means capacitor is large, so it maintain the constant output voltage which is equal to V secondary equal to EDC into N2 divided by N1. Under these conditions, voltage trace across the diode connect to the secondary winding which is equal to the sum of the induced voltage in secondary winding plus the output voltage. That means the voltage across this diode is equal to primary winding voltage, secondary winding voltage plus the output voltage VO. So the secondary winding voltage is EDC N2 divided by N1 plus output voltage VO. So V diode is equal to V0 plus EDC N2 by N1. This is the waveform of the flyback converters. When switch S is turned on at t equal to 0, the primary current rises linearly from this minimum value to the maximum value. So this is current will flow from primary side, which is this manner. When switch is turned off, no current will be flow from the primary winding. At this portion, again switch is turned on, so current is lies linearly from a minimum value to the maximum value. Now secondary current. When switch is on, diode is in reverse bias conditions. So no current will be flow from the secondary winding during mode 1. But during mode 2, when switch is S is turned off, the current is flow in secondary winding through the voltage stored in the capacitors. So in this mode, the current is linearly decreasing because capacitor is discharging through the load. So current is decreasing from peak value to this minimum value, and this magnitude is given by Ip into N1 by N2, and this is the I0 into N1 by N2. So this is the T on time and this is the T off time. The total time is T on plus T off. So at this mode, again mode 1 will start. So the voltage appear across the primary winding is, when switch is on, the fully input voltage EDC appear across the switch. When switch is turned off, the negative voltage will be appear across the primary winding. During mode 2, negative voltage appear across the primary winding, which is given by V0 into N1 by N2. So the output voltage is V load is remain constant during the every mode of operations. So during mode 1, voltage is transferred by the capacitor, and during mode 2, voltage is transferred by the uh, which is energy stored in the secondary winding. So the at the output side, constant voltage is maintained both during the both mode of operations. That's why when switch is turned on, no power is transferred from primary to secondary winding. But when switch is turned off, the power is transferred from primary to secondary winding. So in this, that's why this converter is known as the flyback converters. Mode 2 of circuit operations, when switch S is turned off after conducting for some times. That means when switch is turned on, after some time switch S is turned off. The primary winding current path is broken. That means switch is turned off, no current will flow from primary winding. According to the law of magnetic inductance, the voltage polarity across the winding reverse. The reversal of the voltage polarity makes the diode in secondary circuit forward bias. That means when this switch is turned off, this polarity become plus. So this polarity become plus, which make the diode is in forward bias conditions. So now the power is transformed from this secondary winding to the capacitor and also through the load. So in this mode, capacitor is charged, also power is given to the load. So when then switch is turned off, during this mode the power is transferred by the capacitors. So this is the equivalent circuit of the mode 2. When switch is turned off, the primary voltage is given by V0 N1 by N2 and secondary voltage is 0 because it is secondary voltage is equal to the output voltage VO. So this mode, this current is supplied by the capacitors during mode 2, but no primary current will be flow because switch is open circuited. But at this portion, this voltage during mode 2, is given by the both from the source, also from the energy stored in the magnetic field of the uh, transformers. So at this portion power is transformed by the magnetic field. In this mode power is transformed by the capacitors. So the secondary winding current decay linearly as the flow against the constant output voltage VO. So the secondary current decrease linearly because the capacitor is discharging. The linear decay of the secondary current can be expressed as given by equations V secondary into di secondary by dt equal to the minus output, because in mode 2 polarity are reversed. So this is the expression for the voltage and current through the inductor. That means in secondary windings inductance. Well, as secondary and I secondary are secondary winding inductance and secondary winding currents respectively. V0 is the output voltage. Under steady state, under the assumption of zero on-state voltage drop across the diode. That means if we assume that diode is idle, that means no voltage drop across the diode. The secondary winding voltage during this mode is equal to V0 and the primary voltage is V0 in N1 by N2. Under this condition, voltage trace across the switch S is assumed total of the induced EM in primary winding as well as the input DC supplies. That means the voltage across this switch is equal to the input voltage plus primary winding induced voltage, which is equal to V0 N1 by N2 plus EDC. So the voltage across switch equal to input voltage plus V0 N1 by N2. So this is the practical flyback converters. So in this converter diode is connected. So when this polarity is plus, no current is flow from the when switch is turned on, current is flow from primary to switch to the source. So in this mode the energy stored in the primary winding. When this switch is turned off, so this is open circuited. Now this polarity become plus. So now the current is flow from this polarity to diode to, so this current is circulate between the in primary winding. In this case this terminal become plus. So now current is flow from diode to capacitor and capacitor to load, also from diode to load and load to the secondary winding. This is the known as the freewheeling diode, which is used to discharge the primary winding. So the GTU questions: explain the flyback converter. Maybe ask for a 7 marks in your GTU examinations. So you have to explain both of the mode 1 and mode 2 with the help of the waveforms and circuit diagrams. Thank you.